I'm recording this using a mic that is approximately 20 years old. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Last week I woke up and I was like, today I'm going to experience catharsis. And so it came, falling down the sky. And it looked at me and said, "Rejoice, mortal, for the elder inhuman creatures known as the multi-million-dollar corporation and its minions, their corporate suits, have come to us with a wonderful meme, and it has brought joy into our dull, undiverse lives. So, in this thing, its official name is the Activision Blizzard Diversity Tool, but I will refer to it as the Active Blizzard Racism Dial because I'm hilarious and original. It has been in the internet for long enough that people already had their fun with it, but I'm a sad and horrible little man and I want some of that content dollars. I've seen the theory crafting this has led to, from people trying to metagame the system to some looking to test the limits of the advancements in computerized racism by throwing some anime characters into it. So, listen to me. There's this funny little gacha game I played called Arknights. You might heard of it. It has some cool designs, some really interesting characters, and some genuinely cool stuff. Let me preface this by saying that under no circumstances this piece of media should be subjected to what I'm about to do, but bear with me please, this was a high effort shitpost, I think. I got some compiled stuff here, like some fun stuff. Have you ever wondered, dear viewer, who is the most diverse character in Arknights? Have you ever wondered who is the least diverse? Do you really care about what I have to say? The answer might surprise you. This totally accurate tool has some issues when being used for the purposes of this thing I'm doing. The first one being that there's not enough information given to us by the beast, and really I think that is a shame. After all, I do want to find out what the algorithm thinks of me, the average South American male. As you can see here in this graph that is again totally accurate and not at all flawed, and its current configuration is being used to categorize the traits of some Overwatch characters, and in doing so only gives away some of the parameters used. As I said, it is not known, not even by some math freaks I saw trying to decode this thing, what exactly are those said parameters. But based on some other stuff I dug up from fucking GeoCities on some shit, I will write out what I think is as good as speculation goes, fill in the blank situation. Oh yeah boys, we're going to make stuff up. Before getting into the memes, you will have to keep in mind that my academical qualifications are that 1. I am an electrician, and 2. I write silly stuff in my free time. So, let me start with Frostleaf, for no particular reason. What are you looking at? So let me start with the basic. Age. Now, we literally don't know any information of anyone except for the fact that maybe some characters have like stated to be around a number. Very cool, you can keep on pretending that Susuran is legal, guys. So, going by in-game stuff, I can assume that she's around the same age as Red and Ifrit, since she's seen helping them with some homework that they have, which means so I'll go with my totally accurate data, of which I have here. Basically this goes up with decades, 20 being the baseline and the max amount of 10 points being theoretically 90 years of age. Don't ask how that works. So technically speaking, her age gives her 1 point for starting at less than the perfect age for being an action hero. Socioeconomic background just refers to a simple metric, I believe. Are they poor or either rich? Considering the stuff that this other more detailed breakdown shows, middle class is considered a 0. Thankfully, in this world, many people are absolutely fucked by one reason or another. Mainly I believe it is because the writers hate happy stuff. Poor is a 5 and it goes from there. Being that this girl was a child soldier, I wager that her economical status was not in the best position, so she gets mad points in that category. I would laugh if that didn't remind me that I live in a shithole of a country. Physical ability is the next one, and this is kind of fun for some characters, being that some of them are literally infected to the bone. Here I can kind of not make stuff up, since there are characters that display some physical impairments due to their infection. Some others don't even are infected and have physical impairments. See example on the screen. It appears that this was designed with able-bodied persons being the baseline, and everything else is getting into speculative territory. But that's why I'm here. I'm adding extra points to the infected is what I'm saying, and you might be thinking, isn't like 70% of the people you meet in the game infected? Yes. That's why it's worth less points than say if someone is missing an appendage. Missing an arm is a 7 apparently, so like in human Legos. How much of your body gets replaced with shiny stuff is also a consideration. She gets a 4 on that aspect, only going by the fact that she's 16% rock at this point. I don't know how that works. I don't really know how to correctly categorize this since there is a case of art style going on here, so I'm going to assume it refers to, does this person have a pretty face? Again, anime characters, this is extremely subjective, what the hell? What are your intentions, Monolith? Reveal them to me! Fucking age gets you a 1, so I'll guess it's a 0 again. Cognitive ability was a fun one. There is 0 context given on the original documentation, but knowing how much gacha games, like having the crazy girl or boy, I'm guessing you already know much of my next choices for this. Also, this is probably referring to real mental illnesses and disorders, but once again I lack context, so 0 again. Gender identity, lads, we finally get into the funny stuff. Being that this is a gacha game, all male characters are instantly gimped and start with a disadvantage. Using this here dial, you get 5 points by just being a female. You will laugh about this, but non-binary lads are classified the same as men, so that means they are worth the same 0 points. Man, I sure do love seeing the absolutely detached side of humanity that unironically thinks that there are 2 genders, male and political. Moving on, females get a 5. This game actually having no humans as we know them make this extremely easy for me. A guy who lives in constant fear of what Twitter might think of me is an advantage, because I get to continue to be an absolute imbecile. She's a Vulpo. They are version foxes, which are canines by the way. They appear to be pretty common, so this does not warrant points from the gods of subjectivity. So I'm going to do a numbers thing and begin categorizing by, again arbitrarily, how many operators currently we know that have the same race. So based on that she gets a 3 on race. Can't believe we have more fox operators than wolves. This will get fun in a sec, just bear with me. Although the world of Arknights has a lot of interesting places and people, the locations are actually based on some real life stuff, you know, like all fiction. In doing so, the writers have given me a way out of this corner I have put myself into again. It will come up as I feed more characters into this thing, but for now, Colombia is basically the United States of the Americas, except with a lot more catgirls. This is obviously a 1. If you could see my face right now, for this category we only know of about 2 characters that are confirmed to have the gay. Don't worry, I have gone through the data, we will get to that, I promise, we will get to that, because I kind of value my integrity as a now new content man. I am not going to get into the strange world of fine-made ships and pairings. Also, I do not have that slug handy. Sorry Frostleaf, you get no points in this category. Maybe if we can extract the gay, you know what, I will stop talking now. That was it for my example. As for how her graph looks, you know, I really don't know what I was expecting. Don't worry, it will get worse. So, engagement is important. I don't know for a fact people's attention span has been naturally degrading over the years. So here, have a meme.
Michael, don't leave me here. Michael, please let me out of here.
Okay lads, it's time to get real. This is where it starts to get hilarious. So, Flint, she fast, she tiny, she punch, she the only brawler I use. Okay, so let's begin with the funny part. So you know when this thing was being showcased, the examples they gave were of some Overwatch characters? Well, I know little to nothing about Overwatch, but I do know that Lucio is Brazilian. Can you guess where this is going? If not, the Acahuala, whatever, it's close enough, the Acahuala region, where she comes from, is based on the Amazon rainforest. Now, if you remember your 3rd grade geography class, you will know this. So this actually gives her 2 points on the culture axis. And this also means that for virtue of her being short, she gets a 7 on body type. Also, her file says that she was punchy since she was young, but this says self-reported, so it's kind of whatever. I literally can't decode her age from this. As for her physical capability, remember, it's not about how hard you punch, it's about how handicapped are you. Imagine living with the horrible disability that is being tiny. Cool, right? Wrong! She's a verb, and that makes her one of the most common races in Arknights, so that gets a 1 in that regard. Also, as for her economical stuff, I have no fucking clue how to categorize that using my totally reliable data. So I'm going to guess, I know why it is a totally unreliable and unscientifically accurate metric, but whatever. She gets the average middle class. So that's a zero again. Guess people here at multi-million-dollar corporation just hate middle class and love poor people. Yeah, sure. I cannot even, my brother in Christ, how the hell do you leeches catalog something as subjective as beauty? Okay, I tell you what we do. I say that the Asling face gets you a 3, since I think we need more characters that just look like they haven't had any good night's sleep. In the cognitive ability thingy, I don't know what exactly to put, as my candidate for this thing is coming up. However, she seems to have an issue with her height, so I guess that counts as at least a 2. How about D? Here are her stats. You know, if Reddit has told me anything, it's that data is beautiful. My script just has a note attached to it that says, "Fuck man, what the hell am I doing with my life?" Moving on. While writing this script, I got to really appreciate this game's character design. They really do seem to have a lot of fun with it, but they are not diverse enough in the eyes of our overlords. Hey, guess what? I have a theoretical candidate for the most physically diverse operator. Going back to that slide that the smart guys at Blizzard decided to post, and oh, will you look at that? This accounts for how much of your body is replaced by metallic stuff as well. That being the case, then Vulcan gets a 10 in physical ability just going by the fact that 1, she's missing a leg and she's quite infected. She's from Minos, and for what I can gather, this place appears to be based on Greece, meaning that using my data, I can say that it's worth 7 points. What's my measure for this? Well, the same they use, silly. It kinda went like this. Hey Jenkins, where's Greece? Is it far away from the US?
Please, I just want to see my family again.
Well said, Jenkins. I do think Greece is pretty far away from the US. You get 20 hours today instead of your normal 26. We only got 7 operators that are 40 currently. So that means she also gets more points on race. Based on the way that this Borg catalogs shit, it's 7 lads. In the process of doing research for this here video, I realized that a good chunk of female operators are actually shorter than me, Vulcan being one of them. However, her height is still above average, so that's 1 point at least. Still not good enough, you say? Well, fret not, for I have so much more to show you. Tired of the guessing I'm doing? Great, I'm not going to apologize. This I can say for sure. Witty has OCD. So, this gives her a 4 in the scale of quirky character traits. She is also very short, so it's a 7 again on body type. Yeah, she cute, but does she know how to read resistor color codes? Given that she's an engineer, I think so. What the hell was I talking about again? Ah, right. Iberia is literally Spain, but inhabited by some fiche. Yes, you may know now that I'm quite Spanish. 10 morsels to whoever manages to decipher my accent. Editor, add the 5 points. I really don't know how to categorize Nigerians in this scale I made up, so I'm guessing that only having 10 operators in the game probably gets you at least 5 points. Fun fact, there are less rodents than fish on Rhodes Island. Okay, so I've been having fun with the fact that this thing just gives out point for being female, so time to get some of the homies involved. Okay, so Thorns, he's so cool. He's also a Hispanic fishy. Well, actually, sea urchins are technically invertebrates, but fishy sounds funny. Same score as Witty then. As for body type, apparently this man is shorter than me, but only by a smidge, so I don't know what I scored then. He gets a 0, since this thing goes 4 above average. As for face, again, gacha games suffer from a case of, how do I say this, having an art style. Damn, my guy has no stats over here. Cool stuff, corporation. Can we all at least agree that he's hot? Shit, that doesn't get you anything. Fucking, I don't know. He gets a 1 for virtue of him actually knowing a Spanish fencing style. Yes, those are the supreme arts, but I don't know how rapier techniques apply to this. What is this? Okay, so in lieu of me not being able to give him more stuff, I'll start to scrape the barrel and say that the fact that he's known to go around blowing up shit and disregarding others' stance on his raggedy ass clothes, and mostly being a disaster on the lab might be indicative of something. It's a 2, fucking leave me alone. Give me the numbers, Mitch. Well, I don't know what I was expecting really. However, this one may be better. As I said, age in this thing goes from 20 to get to 10, you theoretically have to be like, what, 100? Then, Enter General Helliger, a guy whose name I cannot pronounce correctly and who is also approximately 200 plus years old, also Russian, so that means he gets a 6 on that culture shit, but gets knocked down by the fact that 1, he's a male and 2, a beard, technically. It's shit, game devs, I figured it out. There's no reason why the next Overwatch hero can't be a Greek Orthodox priest. I stole that meme. Also, I get to use this slightly aged setting on the racism dial. Cool. I get to use the fact that he's almost 2 meters tall as extra points on body type. As I said, this thing apparently only goes for extremes. Get me that 3. Damn, this is a railroad spike looking graph. You know what? I think by proxy this makes Calcit more than quote-unquote diverse than him. Although I don't know how this tool will categorize monsters. Fucking do it by yourselves as you want. I'm just here for something, I think memes. I'm sure the comments will be full of reasonable discourse. Now we get into why exactly Italians are mentally deranged. Fellas, if your girl comes home from time to time with some blood on her, just consider not leaving her. She might hunt you down, I don't know. I'm not speaking from experience. I really don't know how to score Lapland in that case, because I am not a doctor. I'm pretty sure crazy is not longer a medical term. So I'll go and guess that is worth at least more than being slightly autistic. You know, my ancestors will kick me in the dick if I give Italy a higher score than Spain. But fuck you, this is Siracusa, not Italy. I am free from the shackles of 1300s, motherfuckers. Get nay. This is a 5. She is a Lupo, so that means fucking, I don't know, maybe a 6. 1 point for each operator we currently have. Again, her height and body type are average, but also she has a case of not art style as you may think initially, but of actual same face. So I guess if I were to say it's a 0 in all of those, however the scar warrants some points at least. She might be obsessed with Texas, but that does not necessarily mean that she wants to do the sex. Again, she's quite, you would say, quirky in that aspect, so I guess that's invalid. I'm losing my fucking mind. She is quite literally infected to the bone actually, so that's again a 4 in her physical. Okay, I've been talking for a long time, so without further fiddling around, I'll get you into what you probably clicked on this video for. If you even clicked on that video, that is, and you didn't let autoplay do stuff. So, Scavenger, funnily enough, she gets the same points for her infection than from being gay, since the Borg gives a 5 for being gay and her files mention that her brain is literally messed up by the magical rock cancer. So it's a Lapland situation, she gets a 5. The physical stuff seems to be average, so it's an all zeros type of affair. And here is where I run into the issue of the fact that her place of birth is not stated. How do you go about this? I ask myself. Simple. It's a 1. Yes, that means that redacted has the same set value as the US, but bear with me. I'm giving her a 6 for being a Salak, and I literally don't know if she's meant to be a rat or a mouse, but I'm guessing the latter. Where's my capybara operator, AG? God damn it. Boy, that sure does prove nothing. Time to wrap up. Hope this was entertaining. I do believe I'm not missing anything. Time to hit the gym, I guess. What time is it? You thought, motherfucker, it's croc time. You remember me saying only 2 characters are confirmed gay? Fuck you, Tomimi counts as the second one. Strap on, fuckers, we going into that shit. Fucking watch me, Blizzard, I'll pitch you your next character. Fear me, Twitter, for I am too powerful. Not only does Tomimi love Gavial, she's also thick and short. So guess what, fucko? Not only that, but she comes from Brazil. If you were paying attention, you fucking bastard, I said Brazil is worth 2 fucking points, so that makes her better than the gay rat over here. Also, you might know that we only have 2 operators that are crocs, so you know what? Fuck you, Baltimore! She gets a 9. She not only loves Gavial, but is obsessed with her, so she gets points on that fucking cognitive shit. She has fangs also. Fuck you, artists! Anime girls with fangs are peak character design, so guess what again, motherfucker? She gets a 2. What the hell was I saying? Okay, guess that is that. What have we learned today? Number 1, don't trust corporations. Number 2, fangs on anime girls are peak design. Number 3, I fucking hate MOBAs. Okay, actually, Brazil is always much closer than you think. I can run away, I guess. This really did not take that much time to write as I thought, but I really appreciated the fact that you choose to stick around for the end. I'll give away the fact that English is not my main language, and this is the first time in a while I've talked this much. There will be more videos coming soon, sometimes when I get the time. I really like this game, and I really like other stuff, so if you wanna keep me watching ramble about stuff, boy are you in luck. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you again sometime soon. Trademark. I don't remember my channel's name. Adios.